Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Literary Apothecary and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another bi-weekly reading vlog. This is for the weeks of September 10th to 4th. Welcome. I've got two reading check-ins for you all. This past weekend I finished Thrice by Andrew Meredith. This led to a great discussion with him on Self-Pub Sunday, which I will link in the description below. I ended up giving Thrice 3.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a good, solid story with great characters that stayed in my mind, but it was a little bit simple, and the beginning was a little bit slow for me, but the ending had me hooked. The last like 50 to 60% had me hooked for the rest of the book. The other book that I finished and finally is A Declaration of the Rights of Magicians. This book took me 2 months to read, not because it was a bad book and I wasn't enjoying it. It was just slow prose that I needed to really focus on with my attention, and my past couple months have just been crazy. So finally finished that. That one is falling between a 3.5 and a 4-star for me. My initial rating was 3.5 star, and then I did my Call-Pile score and that ended up being 4 stars. So it's somewhere in there, but I really enjoyed it, and that ending made me want to read book 2. So that is finally done. This week I will be working on the Star Wars trilogy. I'm in A New Hope right now. Silhouette in the Shadow by Delaney Andrews. This is my next Self-Pub Sunday book for this coming Sunday. What else? The arc for the Hexologist. Shattered Spirits, which is my first book for the speculative fiction indie novella competition or championship. I will link that website down in the description below, and I have a video coming for that later this week where I talk about all the books I'm going to be reading for that. And I'll also be starting Winter's Heart, which is book 9 in the Wheel of Time series. So that's it for now, and I'll check in with y'all again soon. Bye. So as always, I am extremely behind on these videos and these check-ins. We're now on Saturday, September 23rd. This video was supposed to already be up, but at last I am filming the last check-in for this week, and sadly the second check-in. I really need to get better on doing that, but life has just gotten so crazy and work has been so busy and stressful that I haven't had much time for reading or videos. So I apologize for being so behind. But because I'm so far behind, I do have a few things to check up on, a few readings to check in on. The readings that I have finished since I've last checked in include Shattered Spirits, The Fall of Ishkarn by Cal Black. This was the first novella I read for the Sphinx competition, and y'all, this novella was so good. I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. It was so creepy. The characters were great. The plot was fantastic. Everything was done so well done. But my favorite part in this novella was the atmosphere. It gave you such a creepy feel. I had to read it during the day, even though I wanted to keep reading it because it was just so good. It's made me want to move up Cal Black's other books up my TBR, even though I know that they're different. Those are more fantasy based, this is more horror based. I absolutely loved Shattered Spirit so much, and it has set the bar so high for this competition. I also finished The Path of Daggers by Robert Jordan. This was book 8 in the Wheel of Time series. This one I gave 3 out of 5 stars. Not a whole lot actually happened in this book, and I was kind of bored through it. I've started on Winter's Heart book 9, and I'm feeling about the same, although I'm still really early in that book, so I'm hoping maybe it picks up. And then the other project that I have finished, I'm so excited to tell you about. I finished my first real editing project, and that was for Palmer Pickering. She has a new series coming out hopefully very soon. I think it's a lit RPG series. Basically, it's got that video game feel. This is, I think, a 5 or 6 book series that she's got coming. I just finished editing book 1, Dark Town, and it is so much fun. I can't wait for y'all to read this book. Our main character is a 16-year-old girl living in this town where people go to this like challenge called the Dragons Game, where these group of dragons have set up this whole big elaborate challenges and mazes and adventures that you got to go through, just like a video game, and you got to level up each time you go through a different level. And she's going on this adventure with her family hobgoblin called Half Pint, who is my favorite character in this book. He's fantastic. Half Pint has already been through this challenge, so he's kind of her mentor throughout this. She's started this challenge trying to look for her dad and her brothers who have gone through the games, I think at least twice if I remember right, and they've been gone for too long, and she wants to go find them and bring them back home. I absolutely loved this. If I told Palmer that if I were to read this on its own outside of my editing project, I would have still given it 5 out of 5 stars. And I can't wait for everyone to read this. That's called Dark Town by Palmer Pickering, hopefully coming very soon. So the rest of my reading, I'm going to do a little bit differently than I have in the past, because I feel like I'm always checking in at the last minute on the weekends. And so I'm going to rephrase some of my check-ins from my last check-in. Books that I absolutely need to finish this weekend include The Hexologist by Josiah Bancroft. This book is coming out next week on Tuesday, the 26th, so I really need to finish that before Tuesday. So this weekend we'll definitely be finishing that so I can get my review out for that before the book comes out. And I also really need to finish In the Lab of Love by Melissa Bobe. This is my second novella for the Sphinx competition, and if I want to stay on track with 1 novella per week, I need to finish that this weekend so I can start the next one on Sunday. Books that I hope to finish this weekend: Silhouette in the Shadow. I can't believe I'm still reading this because I love this book so much, and it's a fast pace. I just, like I've said, haven't had a lot of reading time lately. But I am really enjoying that book so much, and I hope to finish it this weekend. And also Summer Night by Jim Butcher. This is the 4th book in the Dresden series. I'm listening to audiobook, and I've got a lot of cleaning I need to do this weekend, so I'm hoping that I can finish that up also. Books that I am still reading in addition to those, like I mentioned, Winter's Heart by Robert Jordan. This is the 9th book in the Wheel of Time series. It's starting off as a slow start, as they usually do for me, but I'm hoping it picks up. Our Star Wars trilogy book, I am, I think, about 50%, maybe a little less than 50% through New Hope. We've met all of the main players now, and I am actually really enjoying this novelization format of these great movies that I grew up on. Books that I hope to start this weekend include Shattered Magic by Emily Huffin. This would be my 3rd novella for the Sphinx competition. And I'm also hoping to start The Return of the Knights. Those are the books that I'll be reading this weekend. Let me know in the comments below, what was your favorite reading moment from the past 2 weeks? What are you looking forward to reading the most in the next 2 weeks? As always, my Patreon and my Discord information will be in the description below. Keep reading, and I love y'all to the moon and back. Bye.